outscored Miami in the fourth quarter, 31-14. Lowest scoring, worst shooting game this season for Miami. A chance to extend your win streak to 7 straight and move over 500 for the first time this year. And it didn't happen. What did happen when the game was tied at 73 with 7.5 minutes left was Trae Young.
Yeah, he really got it going. I mean, explosive. He'd have done such a nice job keeping him in check, but then, boy, he shook loose. He did it by making some exceptional shots with range and just blew the game open with his ability to knock down shots.
John, Miami shot just 37%. That wasn't good. They did force a season-high 23 turnovers, only committed 9. This is really unexplainable. The Heat's best 4 turnover games of the year, all under 10. They've lost all 4.
Yeah, it is strange. I can't really explain that. What I can see in this game that happened is Miami wasn't able to take advantage of those turnovers as much because the rebounding differential was hugely in the favor of the Atlanta Hawks, and Clint Capella in particular, 47-26 overall for the Hawks. But Capella had 7 offensive rebounds that really was able to get putbacks and offset a lot of those turnovers.
So 25 offensive rebounds in the last 3 games for Clint Capella. His 17 rebounds tonight, most by a Heat opponent this year. He is a monster on the glass. Meanwhile, Trae Young finished with 18 points, 10 assists. He did have 8 turnovers after turning it over 7 times on Sunday. Capella double-doubles. Trae Young double-doubles. What a weird night it was for him. He was struggling through 3 quarters. Did he ever come through? He had 13 of their 15 points in their game-changing 15-1 run. Give credit to Trae Young, 3 really hard quarters tonight, and he took the game over in the 4th. So the Heat do not get over 500, and they lose ground because the Celtics did beat the Clippers tonight. The Heat will play again in New Orleans on Thursday. That game's on TNT. We will see you after the All-Star break when the Heat play the Orlando Magic on the 11th of March. I'm Eric Reed with John Crotty. John will be joining Will Manso in just a moment on your Heat Live postgame. Will, good to have you with us. Take it away.
Good to be here. Wish you was in a win. And Eric, enjoy the All-Star break. You certainly deserve that time off before the second half of the season. As to what happened tonight, you heard Eric say it right there. We're going to talk to John in just a moment. Heat Live, the postgame presented by Duncan, is coming your way following this tough loss for Miami, in which the Heat's 6-game win streak coming to an end against the Hawks. I'll chat with John. We'll have the highlights, the analysis. We'll delve a little bit deeper as to what happened tonight, the issues Miami can learn from, and having this 6-game winning streak snap, that tough finish in the 4th. Coach Eric Spoelstra's post-game press conference will bring you the entire thing, the thoughts from Coach Spo. As Eric mentioned, a game that was tied at 73 in the 4th, and then things went downhill, and we'll also continue to look Story 2 Miami's Little Haiti. If you missed it at halftime, it's worth staying up for and catching it in our post-game show. Unfortunately, once again, though, the final, the Hawks win tonight here at the American Airlines Arena, 94-80, the final. Heat basketball returns to Fox Sports Sun Thursday, March 11th, when the Heat take on the Orlando Magic. That's the first game of the second half of the season. Coverage begins at 7:30 with Heat Live, the pregame, followed by the game at 8 o'clock. Thursday night's game to finish out the first half of the season will air on TNT. This has been a presentation of Fox Sports Sun, your exclusive home for Miami Heat basketball. For Eric Reed, John Crotty, Jason Jackson, Ruth Riley, the coach, Ron Rothstein, I'm Will Manso saying thanks for watching. Stay tuned, another edition. They just did not have it after entering the 4th quarter with a 3-point lead. As we welcome you here to Heat Live, the postgame presented by Duncan. Will Manso taking you through the postgame tonight. We'll be joined by John Crotty in just a moment as the Heat fall under 500 once again. They battled back to get to 500, just couldn't get over the hump to get above 500 for the first time this season. Hawks taking control in that 4th quarter, winning 94-80. We'll have all the reaction from Heat players. We'll get John's analysis in just a moment. But first, why don't we look at the Comcast box score? It gives you an idea of kind of the ugly game this was. I mean, you don't see any stats that really pop out at you at this box score. You see Trae Young did have his 18, a lot of that damage coming in the 4th quarter. Other than that, though, a lot of low-scoring efforts in this game for the Heat. Goran and Duncan with just highs of 14 and a real off night for Bam. Very rare you see that kind of stat line for Bam Adebayo with just 11 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. So the Heat fall makes you wonder, what does Eric Spoelstra think about this? He had watched his team close games, find a way to win. Here's your Baptist Health post-game news conference with the Heat's head coach.
Eric, was it just a case of sort of being off with the shots early and that carrying over, or what did you see that sort of created something we haven't seen from this team in a while?
Yeah, you have to credit them. They played with good passion defensively, but we didn't help ourselves either. We missed some open shots, and then the ball got a little sticky in the second half, where we weren't necessarily moving it or getting off it early, but we've been much better than that. We've been trending much better, offensively. It was a flat offensive game. It was not a fluid game for us on that side of the floor.
Eric, you were so good and consistently good against Trae Young, really for 7 consecutive quarters, and then boom, boom, boom with those 3-pointers. Was that a matter of him creating his own space or getting a little bit more in transition? What happened on really that moment of truth with those 3-pointers?
Yes, sometimes you're always, when he shoots them that deep, even when he's missing, or the guys in this league that have that kind of range, you're always wondering, like, is that good defense or is that not good defense? Because they're typically, even if you get a little bit of a contest, it's not the same kind of contest you would get at the three-point line or inside. He was just able to get, some airspace really on a pick and roll, and it wasn't actually at the point of the pick. It was several seconds after, just kind of isolating and then, raising from pretty deep. Two of them, I think, were 28 feet. But great players can do that, and you can create separation pretty quickly.
And then look at the box score. This is just something I don't think I've ever seen or can recall. Bam with just 2 rebounds, and Capella just sort of dominant with 17. Is this just sort of the fatigue of the season you think maybe wearing on Bam as someone who needs a week off now? Or what sort of happened with the rebounding battle tonight? Thank you.
Well, that's a team thing. I mean, there's probably an example of several different guys in some kind of grappling match with Capella at different points in the game. That certainly was not just, Bam. I mean, there was, in many instances, it was more often other guys due to whatever the coverage, whether it was zone or in rotation. He just did, in this 2-game set, Capella did a tremendous job on the glass, leveraging position and just pursuing and grabbing with 2 hands. That definitely hurt us in both games.
Thank you, Eric.
Next we have Anthony Chang.
Thanks, Bo. Even despite the first half struggles, third quarter, the offense kind of woke up a little bit, but in the fourth quarter was tied with 7 minutes to go. Specifically in those final 7 minutes, what did you see that kind of led to the game turning in Atlanta's favor?
Well, Young hit those 3 shots that immediately made it a double-digit game. And then we took some quick ones that kind of fed into it and just went from there.
All right, Coach, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thoughts from the Heat's head coach on a disappointing loss. This team just did not have it. You heard Coach not make any excuses there. The effort we had seen from the Heat over the last 6 games wasn't there. The Heat fall 94-80. John's analysis after this.